You know someone like this. They see every story you post within minutes. They know where you went last night. They know who you were with, and they might even leave a quiet like on your photo. But when you tap on their profile, there is nothing. No recent photos, no vacation updates, just a blank grid and a strange sense of silence. They have hundreds of memories saved on their phone, but almost none touch the internet. In fact, watch them closely next time. They take a great photo. They open the app, write a caption, and then their thumb hesitates over the share button. After a quiet second, they hit delete. They lock their screen, slide the phone into their pocket, and walk away. Why? Are they secretly shy? Are they afraid of being judged? Or do they simply refuse to participate? The truth hiding behind that empty profile is far deeper than you think. Every single day, billions of photos are uploaded to the internet. We are told to document everything from the morning coffee we drink to the biggest moments of our lives. In our modern world, there is an unwritten rule. If you do not post it online, did it even happen? We are constantly pushed to turn daily life into a public performance, showing where we are, what we bought, and who we are with. Yet, a massive group of people looks at all of this and quietly steps back. They are not offline, they use social media every day. They scroll through Instagram, watch videos on TikTok, and check group chats on WhatsApp. They watch everyone else, but choose to stay invisible. Psychologists call these people digital spectators, or silent users. To people watching from the outside, they can seem mysterious or even distant. It is easy to assume they must be deeply insecure, introverted, or perhaps secretly arrogant. But when researchers started studying their minds, they discovered something surprising. The choice to stay silent has almost nothing to do with being shy. Think back to the last time you uploaded a photo online. What happened right after you hit share? Did you check your screen a few minutes later, waiting to see who viewed it? Did you look for that first red notification, that quick rush of approval? For millions of years, human brains evolved in small groups. In those ancient tribes, being noticed meant you were safe. It meant you belonged and that the tribe accepted you. When someone likes your post today, your brain releases a tiny chemical splash of dopamine. It feels good because it signals social acceptance, and your brain naturally wants more of it. But here is the twist. Not every brain responds to that digital signal in the same way. Some people have a very low sensitivity to public approval, meaning 100 likes gives them almost zero mental reward. Without that chemical payoff, the motivation to post simply evaporates. They do not hate attention, they just feel nothing when they receive it. To understand what is happening inside their minds, we have to look at a classic idea in psychology called impression management. Imagine human life as a grand theater. When you step outside, you are standing on the front stage. You wear your best clothes, adjust your tone of voice, and present a polished version of yourself to the crowd. When you return home, you step onto the backstage. You drop the act, take off the uniform, and relax. Social media changed those rules forever, because now, the front stage never closes. Every photo, comment, and short story becomes permanent performance art. For many people, keeping up that public performance takes serious mental energy. Every time they think about posting, their mind runs a quick simulation. Who will see this picture? How will my boss judge it? Will an old classmate think I am trying too hard? Instead of carrying that heavy mental weight, they choose to close the curtain and stay on the backstage. This brings us to a strange trick your mind plays on you every day, known as the spotlight effect. We naturally tend to overestimate how much other people pay attention to us. When you walk into a room with a small stain on your shirt, you feel like every eye is locked onto you. In reality, almost no one notices because everyone else is worrying about their own stain. On social media, the spotlight effect gets turned up to maximum volume. When a silent user considers posting, that digital spotlight feels blinding. They do not just see a simple picture of a sunset, they see dozens of potential judgments. They wonder if the caption sounds silly, if the location looks boastful, or why they shared it at all. The fear of being judged becomes louder than the desire to share. So they press delete, and a quiet sense of relief washes over them. If you are fascinated by these hidden patterns in human behavior, hit the subscribe button right now and turn on notifications. Here at Anthrix, the truth is hiding, and we are going to find it. By joining us, you will unlock the hidden mechanics driving how we think, how we feel, and why we act the way we do. Now, let us look at another hidden reason behind the silence: the deep need for true privacy. In psychology, self-disclosure is the act of sharing your inner world with other people. It is how human beings build real, meaningful connections. When you tell a close friend about a hard day, or share a private victory in a direct message, it creates deep trust. But there is a major difference between selective sharing and public broadcasting. When you send a photo directly to 3 close friends in a private group chat, you know exactly how they will react. You feel safe because the context is clear and the relationship is real. When you post that same photo to a public feed, you throw it into an ocean of strangers, acquaintances, and distant relatives. The personal connection disappears, replaced by raw observation. For people who value privacy, sharing personal memories with hundreds of people feels deeply uncomfortable. They do not lack a desire for connection, they simply prefer connection without an audience. There is also the powerful trap of social comparison. When you scroll through your feed, you are looking at a carefully chosen highlight reel. You see polished vacation photos, career achievements, and perfect moments. Even when you know those photos are filtered, your brain still processes them as reality. For some people, seeing this endless parade of perfection makes them pull back completely. They realize that posting anything personal invites invisible comparison. If they post about a nice weekend, it gets compared to someone else's trip across the world. If they post about a small win at work, it gets weighed against someone else's major promotion. To avoid entering that competition, they withdraw entirely. By staying off the scoreboard, they protect their peace of mind. They realize something profound: you cannot lose a game that you refuse to play. Then there are those who simply choose to experience life rather than document it. Think about the last time you saw a breathtaking sunset or attended an incredible concert. What was your very first instinct? Was it to reach into your pocket, pull out a phone, and record it for others to see? Or was it to stop, take a deep breath, and let the moment sink in? When you turn a real experience into content, your attention splits. Part of your mind stays present in the moment, while another part starts thinking about lighting, angles, captions, and reactions. You stop living the moment and start managing the memory for an audience. People who rarely post often have a high need for personal autonomy. They want their memories to belong strictly to them, not to an algorithm and not to a crowd. They keep their photos on their phone, saved only for themselves and the people who were actually there. So what does all of this mean? Does choosing not to post make someone superior, wiser, or more authentic? Not at all. Posting photos online can be a wonderful way to express your creativity, celebrate special moments, and stay connected with distant friends. Sharing your life is not a sign of weakness or insecurity, and staying silent is not a sign of superiority or fear. They are simply two completely different ways of navigating a digital world that never stops watching. The real lesson here goes far beyond social media. It is about understanding that silence is not always emptiness. Just because someone is quiet online does not mean they have nothing to say. And just because someone is visible everywhere does not mean you truly know who they are. Next time you open your feed, look at that empty profile once again. They are not missing out on life, they are just choosing where their mental energy goes. And as you lock your phone screen today, ask yourself one simple question: are you sharing your life because you truly want to, or because you are afraid of disappearing if you do not?